Questions 1 through 10 of the 1998 Grade 9 Pascal Math Contest is what I will discuss in this video. Question number 1 says 1 plus 3 plus 5 over 10 plus 6 plus 2 is. Well, the numerator adds to 9, the denominator adds to 18, and when you put this in lowest terms, it's 1 over 2. So the answer here is C. If 3 times x minus 5 is equal to 3 times x 18 minus 5, then x is. Alright, there's several ways of going about this. You can even do it by inspection. Really quickly you can see what x is, but let's just go with this. The 3's cancel, right? So you just have x minus 5 is equal to 18 minus 5. And you can add 5 to both sides, and you're just left with x equals 18. And like I said, you can do this in any way that you feel comfortable. You can multiply it all out and all that, but this is a very simple way of doing it. So therefore the answer is D. The pie chart shows a percentage breakdown of 1,000 votes in a student election. How many votes did Sue receive? Alright, so Jim got 20% of the votes. So 20% of 1,000 is 200. So he got 200 votes. Jane received 45% of the votes. So 45% of 1,000 is equal to 450. So to figure out how many votes Sue received, we have to just subtract how many Jim and Jane received from the total, which is 1,000. So 1,000 minus 200 minus 450, and that is equal to 350. Which are how many votes Sue received. So the answer here would be B. The value of root 169 minus root 25 all to the power of 2 is, alright, well let's write this out first. 169 square root, 25 square root, and all of this is squared. So the square root of 169 is 13, right there. The square root of 5, or square root of 25 is 5. And all of this is squared. So 13 minus 5 is 8. So we have 8 squared, and 8 squared is equal to 64. So the answer here is A. The value of 5 to the power of 6 times 5 to the power of 9 times 5 all over 5 to the power of 3 is. Alright, this is a nice quick review of exponents. So on the numerator, when you're multiplying, you add the exponents. So it becomes 5, 6 plus 9 plus 1. Alright? And then we just have 5 to the 3 like that. So 5 to the power of 6 plus 9 plus 1 is 5 to the power of 16 all over 5 to the power of 3. And when you're dividing, you subtract the exponents. So it would become 5 to the power of 16 minus 3, like that. And therefore that becomes 5 to the power of 13. And therefore the answer here is C. If x is equal to 3, which of the following expressions is an even number? Okay, so we got to do this one at a time. So first one is 9x. 9 times 3 is 27. So that is not an even number. The next one is x to the power of 3. So that's 3 to the power of 3. And 3 times 3 times 3 is, I believe, 27. So therefore that's also not a even number. How about the next one? 2x squared plus 9. 2x squared is 3 squared, which is 9, plus 9, and therefore we have 2 times 18, which is 36. And is that an even number? The answer is yes. So that's choice C, is the even number. The value of 490 minus 491 plus 492 minus 493 and so on, all the way up to 510 is. All right, let's write this out. 490, 491. All right, we've got it all written out. And you'll notice if you look at each individual number, it just increases by 1. 490, 491, 492, and so on. But if you look at the pairs like that, they all have something in common. They all equal -1. Right? Because 490 minus 491 is -1. 492 minus 493 is -1. 494 minus 495 is -1. So you've got how many negative ones? You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So 10 of these negative ones. So -1 times 10 is the sum of that. And then you've got this lone 510 at the very end that doesn't match with anything. So that is what it all simplifies to. So we've got -10 plus 510, and that is, of course, equal to 500. So the answer here is A. The average or mean of a list of 10 numbers is 0. If 72 and -12 are added to the list, the new average will be. So they don't tell you how many numbers there are, they just tell you it's a list. So if the numbers are A, B, C, D, whole bunch of numbers, and so on, that average is equal to 0. But they do tell you that there's 10 numbers. So that means these 10 numbers divided by 10 is equal to 0. That this is representing the average or mean. So that means these 10 numbers, if you were to cross multiply the 10 to 0, the sum is 10 times 0, which is 0. All right? So the sum of these 10 numbers is 0. Now what you're doing is you're adding 72 and -12 to A plus B plus C plus D like that. This sum. You're adding 72 and you're adding 12. And they're saying, what is the new average? Well, first of all, how many numbers do we now have? Well, initially we had 10, right? So now we have 2 more, so we have 12 numbers. And this part here, we know, is equal to 0. So put that 0 there, 72 minus 12 over 12. And this simplifies to 60 on the numerator over 12, the denominator, and that is 5. So the answer here is E. What is 1/2 of 1.2 times 10 to the 30? All right, so if we multiply this by 1/2 like that, we'll get 1/2 times 1.2, which is 0.6 times 10 to the 30. And it doesn't look like this is one of the answers, but that does not mean that this is wrong. We just have to put this in a different format. So 0.6, I'll break up the 10 to the 30 to 10 to the power of 1 and 10 to the power of 29. And then this part then becomes 0.6 times 10, which is 6, times 10 to the power of 29. And this is one of the answer choices. It is B. If x plus y plus z is equal to 25 and y plus z is 14, what is x? Well, we can just substitute y plus z equals 14 into there. So x plus y plus z is 14, and that equals 25, and just subtract 14 from the other side, and you'll get x is equal to 11. So the answer here is B.